Hello guys, in this week's episode of Life Lesson with Kaycee, I want to tell you a short story. I took my kids to their grandparents for the holiday, and each time they bring light, like if you're in Nigeria, you understand what I mean by each time they bring light. My son will go around and switch on all the bulbs, and we're all like, what is the meaning of this? Why are you going around to switch on the lights in broad daylight? Even in the part that nobody was occupying, he would go on and switch on all the lights. I did not understand why he was doing that until when we finally came back from the holiday. They brought lights, and I went around the house switching on the bulbs because we were using rechargeable bulbs. So I was actually switching them on so they would charge. That was when it hit me. Oh, seriously, this is what this boy was doing. So why I'm telling you this story is that was how we learned a lot of things while growing up. The things we saw, the things we heard, the things we felt. We learned those things without asking why. Though there are certain things we started questioning when we became more mature. But there are some certain things that we cannot even question, like we have not realized that it is just a programming from the past. Some of these programmings are not actually wrong. But when it begins to limit us or take away our peace, then it becomes something we actually need to change. There are a lot of things that were common in our environment when we were growing up. And even now that we've become adults and left the environment, we are still living our lives according to those things. For instance, I wrote down a few things I recognized. I still hear women complaining about someone else going to their pot of food, probably their husband's relation, because they are coming from an environment where the pot of food belongs to the woman and nobody else should go to it. If you look away from how it's being done in your environment, think of it. What is wrong with your relation that you're living in the same house with going to the pot to take food? What is actually wrong with that? We still fight over females wearing male clothing, and we quickly go to the Bible, to quote Deuteronomy. Like, have you read that book of Deuteronomy? There are a lot of laws, even the one that talks about not wearing the same material. You're not supposed to plant two different seeds on the same farm. But we don't look at all those ones. We see them as things we shouldn't consider, but we keep fighting over one verse. Now, the clothes, you're saying it belongs to a man. The manufacturer of the clothes, the one who made the clothes, made the male version and the female version. By the way, are you not African? Don't you know how our traditional clothing looks like? So what are we fighting about? It is just because of where we are coming from, the things we heard our parents saying, and the things we saw while growing up. For instance, we make people to feel bad about certain features that they did not contribute to in any way. If you're short, you didn't contribute to it in any way. If you're tall, you didn't contribute to it in any way. But we always have preferences. And if you're coming from an environment where people talk about someone and say, she's beautiful just that she's short, there is no way you will not grow up seeing being short as a disadvantage. So it has been programmed in your subconscious mind without you knowing it. Another thing is, there are some certain attributes we see as the best. For instance, being gentle. If everybody should become gentle, who is going to be an activist? Who is going to become a soldier? Who is going to be in the task force? If being gentle is an excellent attribute, there shouldn't be in any place where someone who is not gentle is needed. In fact, I've come to realize that being gentle could actually be a disadvantage. Look at the people you schooled with. Those of them that are highly successful now, were they actually the gentle ones? School tries to make you gentle, telling you not to make noise. Meanwhile, in real life, you need to make a lot of noise to be noticed. You need to make a lot of noise to sell your products. You need to make a lot of noise, like, to be visible. Again, there are certain things we believe as if it's in the scripture. Like we say, you can't have it all. And most times we say these things forgetting that it is nowhere in the scripture. Some of these things became a part of us. And we are not even aware of it. It's just that sometimes when we act based on that knowledge that is hidden somewhere inside of us without even knowing it. Let me conclude with this final instance. Some people see selling as something that is beneath them. I once saw a seller quarreling with a buyer, and the seller said, "Mind you, I am a graduate." So in my mind, I was like, "And so what? The way you're saying it, it looks as if you should not be selling because you're a graduate. It sounds as if you feel that what you're doing is beneath you. So because you're a graduate, you shouldn't be selling." And you, the buyer yourself, who is insulting a seller, it is also because of the wrong way you've been programmed. Because you cannot walk into a doctor's office and insult him. The same way a doctor is offering value, that is also the same way a seller is offering value, just that they are in different fields. Why do you respect the value the doctor offers, but not that of the seller? All those things are because we have been programmed, Sometimes these programmings are so bad. Sometimes it takes a change of environment to recognize the programmings, the thought patterns, the things you learned that have become a limitation to you. Sometimes sit back and watch your actions and your reactions to recognize these things, stopping you from being all that you can possibly be. Thank you for listening. God bless you. These things I do require a lot of data. And I've been getting some free data supply from DS Computer Tech. I want to say thank you. And I also want to tell my viewers that if you want a universal modem, by the way, a modem is a device that you use to connect to the internet. So if you want a universal modem that you can use to connect all your gadgets, your phone, your laptop, and your other phone all at the same time, you just want to buy one data for all, get a universal modem. I know the distributor one-on-one, so I'm going to get it for you at a cheaper rate. Please subscribe to Kaycee on YouTube. Thank you, and God bless you.